Hey, what is the rhyme and reason behind leasing? Well, let's talk about it. Let it go. I'll tell you exactly the rhyme and reason why I lease. Let it go. Let's talk about it. Let it go.
What it sound like? Sound like money, like money. What it look like money, like money. What it feel like money, like money. What the real line, making that money. Now tell the DJ bring it back. 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 What it sound like, Chris?
Yeah. Man, what's happening? How y'all feeling today? Welcome back to another edition of On Point Trucking Concepts with your main man, LoShawn Parks, aka kind of a big deal, aka internet problem. You know what I mean? YouTube sensation, whatever you want to call it, all that. That's what I'm trying to be here. Okay. Nah, but on a serious note, glad you guys could join me for this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys are here with me, watching this video, getting some information, I'm sure of, because that's why you're probably watching it, right? So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the rhyme and reason of leasing, okay? And the rhyme and reason on why I lease and why it's beneficial for me opposed to owner-operator or coming out and just buying a truck, which we're going to get into that too. It's nothing better than owning your own vehicle, owning your own truck, okay? Because that's when you start actually seeing more money in your pocket. But everybody has a reason on why they take certain steps to get to where they need to be at, okay? So there's steps that you have to take before you can actually own your own truck, right? One of them would be leasing. All right, so now on the internet, I hear a lot of people try to tell guys that's coming in the industry that's brand new to just go out and buy a truck, go to a dealership, buy a truck, don't worry about leasing through a company or doing any of that. To me, that is absolutely a recipe for disaster. Reason why I say it's absolute recipe for disaster: if you haven't leased a truck at all, or leased on with a company, or leased through a company, you don't know much about operation, day-to-day operation of a truck, okay? So why should you go out and purchase a truck straight off of the showroom floor and come right into trucking? It's not a good idea. You have a lot of people out here as well that will tell you, oh, they'll help you out. Go get the truck, I help you out. No problem. Go to the dealership, get the truck, I help you out. And then when you come to them for help, they know where to be found. Or they're only going to give you minimum help. Okay? They're not going to give you all of their sources. They're not going to give you their brokers that they use. They're not going to give you their connects that they've had. So the whole time that this has been told to you to go out and buy a truck straight off of the lot, what's not being told is that it's going to take time for you to build the relationship with those brokers, with those agents. They're not just going to give you what that individual or individuals that tell you to go out and buy a truck straight from the dealership, they're not going to give you their connects, because they've put in time to have those connects. And at the end of the day, business is business. They don't really want you stepping on their toes and affecting their bottom line, okay? So to me, doing a lease through a company before you go owner-operator is the best route to do. The reason why: you get to learn the business in the process of being a lease driver, okay? You get to learn about truck payments, because when you go and get a truck from a dealership, you're gonna have truck payments. The only difference is in leasing, you have weekly payments, to whereas if you get it from the dealership on credit, then you have monthly payments, okay? And yes, the monthly payments when you go out and get a truck from the dealership, they are going to be cheaper than what lease payments are, all right? What you want to do with your lease, when you're in your leasing, what you're wanting to do with that is basically learn the business side of trucking, so that you can go out and go to the dealership and become your owner operator and buy your truck, okay? That way, at least you know your lanes, you know, you got a couple of agents under your belt that know you, they know how you run, so then you'll be able to make your truck payment, okay? Now with leasing, with most of these companies, now they take the money out of your settlement before you even get to see it. Okay, so your truck payment is going to be paid first and foremost over everything. All right, so in that hindsight, you don't have to really worry about repossession. Now, as an owner operator, you have to worry about repossession if you're not making your monthly payments. So let's say, for instance, business is slow. All right, business is slow that month, but you have bought a truck from a dealership. Now you don't make that payment, and it's going to be just like a car. After a month or so, if you're not making payments towards that truck, they're going to come and repossess it. They repossess it. Now your business has just gone under. Okay, your business has gone under, and on top of that, that is on your credit now. Whereas like the lease purchase stuff or the leasing deals, a lot of these are walkaway leases. And when they say, what does walkaway mean? I hear somebody asking that already. What is all entailed with walkaway? Walkaway means that you can walk away from this. This stuff doesn't go on your credit. It's the same reason why most of these lease payments or these lease purchases that go through companies and stuff like that, you can't report this to Dun & Bradstreet as something that you're paying on, because they did no credit check on you. Is completely walk away. You can turn this truck in at any time you want to, and it won't go against you. Whereas you go to a dealership, that goes against you. Okay, that goes on your credit. And another thing that I see is it takes time in this. Okay, this trucking is not something that you should just go to a dealership and buy a truck off the floor and come out here and you just think that it's going to be peaches and cream out here and that you're just going to adapt to it and catch on. No. That's why you go and do that lease deal, you know what I mean, where you can do the walkaway, so that you learn where freight is at for whatever division you're in: flatbed, refrigeration, tanker, container, dry van, heavy haul, car haul. You find out where the freight is at for you. Once you get yourself in a good lane that you know where freight is at for the division that you like, and I say you run, a good idea is to run your lease out. Okay, your first lease, whatever company it is, run that lease out. Okay, get the lease payout bonus for keeping up with it. Now and most time leases run anywhere from like 3 to 4 years. Okay, over at Prime, I know the refrigeration side is 3 years and the flatbed side is 4 years. Okay, so do your first lease, learn everything you need to learn, and then take your lease payout and go buy you a truck after that, because now you have knowledge of the game. Okay, don't fall a victim to going out and purchasing a truck and think that somebody is going to help you along the way. This person you can call and they're going to tell you each and every step and where to go and broker. Because let me give you the reality of this shit. They're not. Okay, they're not going to give you their brokers. They're not going to give you their agents. They're not going to answer the phone when you need them the most. Basically, what they're doing is they're telling you how their operation is going, but they're not telling you that this is the steps that they took first before they got to where they're at. They're telling you where they're at right now, and they're telling you, oh, I would never lease a truck. I would go out and buy a truck now if I knew what I knew. Okay, if you knew what you knew now, but when you was younger, would you go out and buy the truck when you was fresh in the game, straight off the lot? You wouldn't. Okay. So, and what you know from the game right now is from what you have built up to that point. So why would you encourage a new driver in the industry, coming in the industry, to go buy a truck from a dealership that they know absolutely nothing about the industry? Okay? To me, it's the same way with if somebody has been a company driver the whole time. You've been a company. Let's say you've been at a company, you've been just being a company driver. And you think that you've been being a company driver for a year or 2 years. Now you're ready to go out and buy a truck. Why? Because still as a company driver, what did you learn about rates, lanes, stuff like that? You didn't learn anything, because you was paid cents per mile. So you just went as the company told you to go. You didn't get to learn shippers. You didn't get to learn receivers. You didn't get to learn what seasons is really good, because as a company driver, you just go as they go. And as a company driver, they always have freight for you. As an owner, operator, leaser driver, it's days you may have to sit. There's really not freight popping off. And I heard a YouTuber say this. It was a great analogy. He says that the reason why company drivers can't go home that much is because the company is paying for that truck, right? That lease payment, or that payment on that truck. They're paying for that. So of course they want to keep it running, right? They want to keep it running. So as a lease driver, they don't give a damn if you go home and things of that nature. Why? Because you're paying for that truck note, not the company no more. Okay, the company doesn't care because that's something that the lease drivers are helping them. They're taking these trucks and they're leasing them and taking that payment out of their hands. Matter of fact, I know who said that. It was a shout out to a trucker named Jay. He said it in one of his videos, and he hit that right on the nail. It is absolutely correct. Company trucks, they want you to stay running because they have to make the payment on those trucks. So no, they don't want you going home for a long period of time, unless it's well noted in advance. And then before you go home, they're going to run the piss out of you. Believe that. They're going to make their money off of you so that while you're home for 3 or 4 days and that truck is down, that you've made enough money and revenue for them to cover that note and cover their expenses while you're gone, while that truck is sitting. You understand? And as a lease driver, they don't care because you basically take the expense of what the company has to pay, and you're doing that. You're paying that. And yes, people do say, and this is true, that when you lease with these companies, you're buying the company additional 2 trucks. But guess what? It costs to be a boss. It costs to be a boss. In order to be an owner operator, you're going to have to pay that toll. You're going to have to pay that cost that the company is going to charge you. So yeah, by you leasing for that 3-4 years, you might have bought that company 2 more trucks, 3 more trucks. But what did you gain? You gained how to be an owner operator and how to run your operation. Okay? So in order to make money in this business, you have to give money and lose money. And you're going to lose money on that end because you're going to feel like shit when you find out that, oh God, I'm buying this company 2 more trucks and I'm really double paying for this truck. But guess what? It's the price you have to pay to be successful in this business, in this industry, and to be an owner operator. So what that brings me to is people ask, should I go lease when first out the gate, when I first come into trucking? And then I hear people say, leasing is bad for anybody to just start out coming in. It depends on what you want to do in trucking. Okay? If trucking is something that you want to make be an entrepreneur in, okay? I'm not even going to say career because I'm going to get to the point of career. Career is for company drivers. That's what they want to do. Their career is to just drive trucks for a company. But to be an entrepreneur owner, you have to know how the operation works out here. You have to know about lanes. You have to know about how to controlling your fuel. You have to learn about and see, this is the thing. Getting in good with your dispatcher is a practice for you. It helps you to get in good when you get out here and you get with brokers and agents. If you get in good with your dispatcher, you'll know how to get in good with agents and brokers. And when you get in good with agents and brokers, when you're owner operator, those are the ones who get you loads. All right? Now, unless you're going through a direct shipper, and that pretty much, you're your own broker. So then still at that time, you're your own dispatcher. So still you need to know how to sweet talk and how to talk and sell yourself to these direct shippers so that you can get 100% of the money. Okay? So that's where it reverts back to the rhyme and reason of leasing. It helps you to grow your business along the way, to be owner operator, to be independent, to be where you're using the end result that everybody wants in trucking is to have direct shippers where they're getting 100%. They're not dealing with agents, brokers, dispatchers, or any of that, right? They dispatch themselves. They have their own contract and everything going. But in order to do that, you have to take the steps to get there, okay? And the first step is getting in good with your dispatcher, learning how to talk to your dispatcher, learning how to make a business rapport with your dispatcher, which in hindsight is going to help you when you go to that next level. Now you deal with brokers and agents, so you just kind of like you do the same thing that you did with your dispatcher with brokers and agents. And then next, you take what you did with broker agents and you apply that to getting your direct contract where you get 100% of the pay. So we're gonna rewind it a little bit. Is leasing something that you should do out the gate? It depends on what you're trying to do in the industry. If you're in here to make it just you're in here to drive, you just want to be a driver, you want to work for a company, you're looking for health benefits, you're looking for stuff like that, then you're going to want to be a company driver. You really don't care about freight lanes, you really don't care about none of that. You're just concerned with the benefits, and it pays you $800 to $1,200 a week. But if you're coming in this with ambitions of you want to own a truck, go into leasing, because that's what's going to help you push you along to being an owner operator. You understand? So I hope that I'm able to answer this question for a lot of people that have been asking this, and I've been seeing it around on YouTube channels, and a lot of people have had talks of this in Zello and stuff of that nature. I hope this is able to help a lot of newbies, or not a lot of newbies, and a lot of new people that's coming into trucking, or those that are just looking in to, maybe you've been doing a company driver for 3 years, now you want to expand your horizon, now you're thinking about really, you really like it and you want to be an owner. Now you need to do the lease thing, and then you can go out and do the owner operator by your truck. But do the lease first, because that's going to make you successful as a owner operator. Do not jump from company to owner operator. You didn't learn anything. You learned, okay, the thing you did learn something. You learned how to drive. Okay, you learn how to drive, you learn how to maneuver, you learn how to back in the docks. You kind of learn how to be on time, but you didn't learn pricing. You didn't learn lanes. You didn't learn nothing about you kind of learn about your fuel when you're a company driver, because they tell you what to run the speed at and what MPG you need to hit. So you kind of did learn that. But the most valuable part that you didn't learn rates, and you didn't learn the lanes. And that's going to hurt you if you go from being a company driver to being an owner operator, solely owner operator, okay? That means that pretty much you have your own authority, or you went and bought a truck. You leased a truck, bought a truck or whatever from a dealership, and then leased it onto a company, okay? And you skip the whole leasing thing. You see what I'm saying? So I hope, like I said, I hope this video is able to help you guys. If you guys like this, thumbs it up, like, share, subscribe it. Also, you guys can check me out on Instagram. Just go to Instagram. My name is LoShawn Parks at Instagram. On Instagram. Also, I'm on Facebook. Guys, send me a Facebook request. I do a lot of Facebook videos as well that are exclusive and not on YouTube. So you guys can find me on Facebook at LoShawn Parks, or you guys can come join my Facebook group, which is On Point Trucking Concepts. All right. Lastly, before I leave, lastly, before I leave, come check us out on the Zello app. All right. Download Zello from your app store, and go into Zello. When you open it up, look for our group, YTTA. It's like a 24-hour CB radio where you come in our group, and we have great information. We're willing to help newbies, help anybody with any questions. We got veterans in there, we got new guys in there, we got lease drivers, we got owner operators, we got company drivers, we got every division in there as well that can help you and give you questions to what you need. So without further ado, y'all know how I do. I'm gonna chuck a cloud for y'all, and I'm gonna get skedaddle. Right now I'm centrally located in where am I? I'm in Texas. Nice and sunny out here, 75 degrees. Loving the life as a flatbedder, you know what I'm talking about. Let me get this cloud in here and let you guys go. I vape heavy. Alright, I vape heavy. Shout out to everybody who vape. Get off those cigarettes, get the vaping, you feel better. What's that I just heard? My phone going off? Yep, y'all hear the phone going off? Gotta go, gotta load. Check you guys next weekend. Peace, y'all be safe.
You do what you want when you pop.